Okay, today we are playing a game on King's Row. We are in the Gold SR range, and we'll be playing Reinhardt the entire way through. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, D.Va, Junkrat, Tracer, Reaper, and Mercy. So we've only got one healer. That's sad. And also, of the main healers you could have, Mercy is the worst one you could have as your solo healer, because she just does not output as much healing as Anna or Moira. Especially not after they nerfed Mercy as well, so she now heals even less. Also, something I personally always worry about is, do you have anything that can fight Pharah? And despite having 3 DPS, no, we don't have anything that can really fight Pharah except D.Va. Less of an issue when you're attacking, because Pharah's just not chosen on defense as much as she is on attack. So less of an issue, but still something I always worry about, because if you don't have anything that can fight Pharah, it tends to get very upsetting very quickly if they pick Pharah. So there's that. Anyway, let's just start the game. I guess I should also say Reinhardt D.Va isn't, like, the ideal combination of tanks. You know, it's fine. It's no Roadhog Zarya, right? But D.Va Reinhardt not as good as, like, Reinhardt Zarya, you know? So there's also that. Anyway, let's just start the game. Did I say we're on the console? We're on the console. I don't remember if I said we're on the console. So we are attacking first. The enemy team's standing pretty fucking far up, and it turns out it was mostly just Orisa and D.Va stood in the doorway. But they back up before we are able to punish them for that. Widowmaker, we tried to hit Widowmaker with the Fire Strike, but missed, very upsetting. Were we blocking Mercy right here? We could pivot a little sooner to block for Mercy, but we were, you know, we got the idea. So there is a Widowmaker. This is very upsetting to play against as Reinhardt, because it just basically means every time you take your shield down, there's a solid chance somebody on your team just dies. But this push just sort of fell apart for a few different reasons really quickly. And, you know, it's fine, it's fine. It's just the first push, you know, we can try again, we can come back, and we can try again. Hopefully D.Va's able to do something about the Widowmaker. But we know how that usually goes. So Orisa is, like, way too fucking far up right now. She should not be doing this, but unfortunately she just gets to hop backwards. To be perfectly real with you, I would not have been able to resist pinning this woman right here. Because she's not looking at us, she's looking over there. We're really close to her. We pin her right now, we pin her against the statue, so we don't go very far. They don't have any crowd control that can stop us. The only thing that happens here is if she fortifies right as we push the button, we'll be pretty sad about that, but it pretty much kills Orisa as well, so I would have pinned this lady right here. We would have gone, like, a little bit far in, but the enemy team, they're not going to punish us for going to the statue in a pin that easily. So I would have pinned her right there and gone for the kill. She died regardless right there to the tire. So, you know, didn't end up mattering much in the end. So our team is going left. We want to go right. If our team's going to go left, we have to go with them, unfortunately. Especially if they have, like, snipers on their team. Because somebody just gets shot over there while we're doing this as well. Because they want to go that way, we want to go this way. This is the way I like to go, but the rest of our team went that way. Junkrat got shot by Widowmaker. Mercy's rezzed him, so works out fine in the end. But if you want to go one way, but your entire team decides they're going to go another way, unfortunately you have to go that way. So there's a nano-boosted Widowmaker over there, which is definitely a power play, isn't it? You nano-boost the Widowmaker, but you know that Widowmaker is not going to hit a damn thing after you nano-boost her. As soon as I get nano-boosted, honestly, my skill drops by like 50% easily, and I don't have much skill to use to begin with, but fortunately I play heroes that don't require much skill to use when they get nano-boosted, so it doesn't matter that much. Pretty optimistic pin, because Zarya is basically right on top of us at this point. And I know we say we want the pin to be as short as possible, which usually means pinning somebody close to you, right? When they're, like, physically touching you, the pin tends to not really work out particularly well. Mostly because I find the hitbox gets really weird when you're starting the charge, so you tend to just bunt the person off of you instead. So I would have just gone for hitting her instead. Didn't manage to block it from Mercy. I don't know where Mercy was exactly. She was back here, so, you know, whatever. Looks like she tried to heal behind the taxi, but it didn't work out. By the way, I want to complain about this black cab for a second on Route 66, or Route 66, Jesus Christ, on, King's Row. And you know why? This black cab is fucking tiny. an actual black cab. Look up a black cab. You could fit like fucking 16 people in the back of a black cab. And then we got this thing, which you can fit like 2 people in max. It's very fucking upsetting. They're massive. They got like fucking 20 seats in there. And then you got this little one. It's smaller than Reinhardt. It's very upsetting to me. Very upsetting. Yeah, if you've never been to England, you wouldn't understand, but, like, just Google one. Just Google a black cab, okay? They're fucking huge. So, Widowmaker's above us right now, trying to shoot at Mercy. I would like to go back and just stand in front of the team right now, seeing that Widowmaker's trying to do that, because she's shooting at Mercy right now, and I don't really want Mercy to die. And, like, us standing up here isn't really accomplishing a lot. Like, we don't even need to have our shield up right now. It's kind of nitpicky, but it matters, I suppose. Like, we don't need to have our shield up right now, because we're not really blocking for our team, and we're not blocking, like, real damage either. This is just trash poke damage from Zarya. So we didn't need to have our shield up right there. We also didn't need to Fire Strike right now, because we've got Earth Shatter built up, but maybe we thought we'd kill her with the Fire Strike, so, you know. Fire Strike's for building up Earth Shatter, so if you've got Earth Shatter built up, don't use Fire Strike unless you think it's going to kill somebody, but I'll assume we thought it might kill Zarya. I'll say it anyway, I probably didn't think it was going to kill her at this point. We'll still assume. You only want to use it if you think it's going to kill someone when you've got Earth Shatter built up, because if you actually use Earth Shatter, oh, she's upset about that. You actually use Earth Shatter, and then Fire Strike's on cooldown, you're pretty upset about it. It was a video we watched the other day where we Earth Shattered like 6 people, but we didn't have Charge or Fire Strike ready at the time, so it ended up being way less good than if we had one of them. So we haven't really had to interact with the enemy team terribly much during the second checkpoint here on King's Row, which I find is usually the case, because people love to stagger themselves in this game in general. King's Row second checkpoint is one of the worst maps to get staggered on for the defending team because, God, you've got a long way to walk to get back to this checkpoint if you die. Similar to, like, Numbani second checkpoint. Really bad checkpoint to get staggered on because you end up conceding so much ground if you get staggered. So Reaper's behind us right now, killing our team. Did he kill Mercy first? He did kill Mercy first. If he killed D.Va first, honestly, be real with you, I would have Earth Shattered him to make sure he couldn't kill anybody else at that point. But he killed Mercy first. Well, I'm not going to do it to try and keep D.Va alive, right? But, oh, Moira fell off the map. Could we see the laser poking out of the hole as she was dying? Nope, but, yep, I can see the exact moment she did fall through the ground, because you just see the laser suddenly fall. Right there, right there. So, awesome. Nice, nice. Very convenient for us, and she's probably pretty upset about that one right now. I would be, but I also know where the fucking hole is, so... That was really scary. That was like a weird angle. I was really scared that it was going to kill Mercy, but it looks like it got caught on the pipe. And then suddenly, right towards the end, I was concerned it was going to kill us, so... Fortunately, it killed neither, so it's okay. It killed Junkrat, but, yeah, who cares? Ash fell off the map as well? How did Ash fall off the map? I guess she tried to jump up to the hole on the other side, right, and just didn't do it right. God damn. People are having a bad day on this checkpoint so far, aren't they? It's one of those maps that's super likely to be that way, though, just because of this little gap. I've seen so many clips show up on the various Reddits that's like, what happened to my ult? And, you know, is May or something like that. And the answer is, fell down the crack. Because it can fall down the crack. Can do that. Just, oh, where'd it go? Happened when I was playing with my friend the other day as well. I think it's probably on the Twitch channel. Somewhere on there anyway. So, nano-boosted Bob's pretty spooky. We decide to Earth Shatter right now. It hits a bunch of people, and it stops the nano-boosted Bob, because our shield was getting pretty close to breaking, so I'm fine with that. Still hit a bunch of people other than Bob. If it was just Bob, you know, but it hit the rest of the team as well, so it's all good. Unfortunately, Reaper starts spinning right next to us. It's, hold on. Yeah, it's a pretty optimistic attempt at the pin, but hey, I would have gone for it as well. And then this happens. It's, if he starts spinning right next to you as Reinhardt, it can get pretty sad pretty fast like that. And it's okay, got rezzed. All good. Bastion's over there. We just captured the checkpoint in front of him. All works out. No problem. So now it's time to defend. We've got 2 healers now. Hooray. Do we have anything that can fight Farah? So, yeah. I'm excited about that one. This is a map that's pretty likely to have a Farah as well. This is a really bad map to not have something that can fight Farah on if you're defending. Oh look, they picked Farah! Oh, we got nothing that can fight Farah. How exciting that's it. How exciting that is for us. Well, hopefully the Farah's bad, right? That's the great equalizer. The enemy team can always just be too bad to play correctly. So Reaper's managed to kill their Ana immediately. He's killed both their healers. I heard Mercy trying to res. We should go over there, because what I just saw is Mercy just flew past us to try and res Reaper, which she shouldn't do, but we should go over there to put our shield in front of her, because I assume she's trying. Yep, she's trying. So we should have gone over there to put the shield over her while she was doing that. She was doing it, like, right in front of their team, so I wouldn't recommend doing that if you were the Mercy, but she went to do it, so we had to try, basically, to keep her alive. We probably would have done, because they didn't exactly collapse on her super quickly. Fortunately, both their healers died, which meant they weren't making a lot of forward progress. Be really careful. When you know your main healer is dead as Reinhardt, be really careful what you do. Because if you go forward and start just, like, trying to do stuff like this... Mercy's dead right now. Only healer right now is Lucio. So, like, that damage we take is pretty permanent right there until Mercy gets back. So, like, if you're playing Reinhardt, if you're playing a main tank in general and your main healer dies, be really careful with what you decide to do, because you're going to have a hard time getting healing for a little while in there. So, fortunately, their Farah is, in fact, pretty bad. Look, she just died to Symmetra. Lucio, it's all already done, my man. Like, you know, I know you got this hot mixtape you want to show us and all, but, like, you could have just waited. You know, you could have waited for the enemy team to be here, and then you could have shown 6 more people. But, you know, whatever. It's fine, I guess. Why are you doing this, Symmetra? Sombra. God. There's an S in there. Why are you doing this? Nothing's happening right now. Now they're just standing in their spawn like, well, I guess we won't be doing any poke damage, right? So, someone just died. Who just died on their team? Sombra died. Alright. I would have liked it a lot if Symmetra did that and Sombra just ulted to break it without really thinking about it. Oh, here comes Nanoblade. Oh, sleep. Is he gonna kill no one with the Nanoblade? He isn't. Wow. But then Farah killed some people with that instead, so it's not going to make much difference in the end anyway. So we got put to sleep. Oh my god. Alright, well, they used a lot of ultimates. They at least used 4 fucking ultimates to do that. We got slept right next to Nanoblade, and then by the time we wake up, Barrage has already killed a bunch of people. So, you know, sometimes it's kind of out of your hands like that. Sometimes, you know, the best we could have done was, like, start swinging at Genji pretty much until that point happened, but then we're asleep, and they didn't wake us up, so... What can you do, right? Don't bother. It's gone. It's gone. Don't bother. No need to do that. We've got Earth Shatter built up. Unlikely to kill anyone. See, if we had it right there, we could have used it to help kill some Sombra. We could have also just smacked her right now. No reason we can't take the shield down and just, like, try and bop her as well to make sure she dies to that. Wouldn't... Oh, no. Really bad time to do this, because our team's not fully back yet. It's also not a great angle, because that wall's right there that people can duck behind suddenly. And also... The cart hasn't even, like, left the spawn. Like, they can't even physically push the cart yet. So, like, us killing them right now, right outside their spawn, right here, wouldn't really gain us very much anyway. And on top of that, it was just not a great time to do it. Self-destruct happened. We've gotten pushed, like, really far into the enemy team. We're purple, very scary, but we just backpedaled up to safety again. All good, no problem. Don't get punished, don't have to learn. This is, like, too far up, because this is just a bad place to stand, pretty much. If your team decides to come out here and fight with you, you know, that's sad, you kind of gotta go fight with them, but, like, we came out here first. And the thing is, like, a lot of where you want to stand as Reinhardt is, like, you want your team to have a good angle, and, like, you want to be in a good defensive position, right? Which basically means play choke points, right? But even how you stand in the choke point is line of sight based, really. Because if we imagine just, like, this choke point, right? Like, just like this doorway right here, you know? If we're standing up here to block, right? Our team have got to come pretty far up to actually really see anything, right? Because the cart's here, there's walls everywhere. So if we're standing up there, like right here, they've got to come stand, like, right here. And then that's a scary place to stand, because this is a pretty confined location. You can get flanked really easily from over here. And you've got a long way to go back to get anywhere safe, you know, and there's no health kits here to use or anything like that. It's a very bad place to stand overall. So, but if you and also, if you're standing up here, the enemy team can shoot your barrier out of line of sight of your team, because they can just shoot it from, like, around this corner, so they have to physically leave the alleyway before they can even shoot it. Or they can just be shooting it from all the fuck way back there, right? Like, they can be shooting your shield in places where the enemy, your team, can't shoot back at them. And that means they just get to do damage to your shield for free, basically. And that's true in a bunch of different places as well, because, like, over there, by the gate, right? If you stand, like, literally in the gate, so we got, like, you know, the gate, right? If you stand, like, literally right there as Reinhardt, they do not need to go anywhere near the choke point to be breaking your shield, because they can just stand off to the side and shoot your shield from outside the gates. And then your team has to physically leave the choke point if they want to return fire to them, which is why you stand more, like, you know, back behind the statue, because then they have to actually expose themselves to your teammates to actually shoot at your shield, right? So it's just standing out here, way worse as far as defensive positioning goes for a bunch of reasons, but something important to bear in mind when you're playing Reinhardt specifically is, can they shoot my shield from a location where my teammates cannot return fire to them? If they can break your shield for free, because they can just shoot it from out of any possible danger from your team, which we want to avoid, because the whole point of playing Reinhardt is you give your team cover. They can shoot through your barrier at the enemy team, which is really good. It's very strong effect, actually. So, you know, important to bear in mind when you're playing Reinhardt. Can they break my shield for free where my team can't return fire to them? And am I actually blocking for my team is the second part of the equation, because you don't want to just block for yourself. You know, you want to be blocking for your teammates to give them a better line of fire, more safety, So we're purple right now, and that's very upsetting. We got hacked as well. So what I'm saying from, like, being all the way up here as well, right, is, like, we get into a bad spot, we have to go pretty far back to get to safety, because this happens to us, we're like, oh shit, this is really bad, oh god, look how far we gotta run back to get into cover. By the time we're back to cover again, we're fucked. Even when you're playing Reinhardt, you know, you provide cover to your teammates, you still gotta think about, like, what you can use as cover as well, right? Like, if you're standing a mile up and a bad thing happens to you, you gotta go so far back to get to safety, man. So I won't lie to you, yeah, I was like, I think I would have already earth-shattered, to be honest with you. Because I was looking at that, and I'm like, that's pretty sick. We could kill all three of those people right now if we land that earth shatter. Oh, we didn't have our earth shatter just yet. Now we have earth shatter. Fuck, 99%. Yeah, I would have probably done it, like, right there as well. But, you know, we do earth shatter. We end up hitting everyone except Genji. So, you know, that's fine. I actually don't want to use charge right now, and that's because I've noticed who we hit. So, we've hit Baby D.Va directly next to us, right? And we just charged Sombra. We've got Fire Strike up right now. So what we can do instead, we can, well, there's a couple of different ways we could do it, actually. Because what we can do is just hit her once, Fire Strike dead, pin Sombra. Or we can come over a little bit to the side, right? We can fire strike in a way that'll hit both of these people, then swing, clonk both of them at the same time, and just basically kill one person on the Earth Shatter stun, or two people on the Earth Shatter stun rather than one, because Baby Diva is actually still alive behind us, and then we walk over after these people and kill them anyway. You know, it was a pretty good Earth Shatter, so it was going to be difficult to get no return off of it at all, but Diva actually gets back in her mech, so that's pretty terrible, all things considered, given that she was literally free at the start of this Earth Shatter, because she's right there. Right fucking there. How much damage does Earth Shatter do by itself? This is something I've never honestly worried about, to be honest with you. Because, Fire Strike by itself after the Earth Shatter might be enough to kill Baby Diva. Because that's 100 damage. I know that one. That's easy. That's an easy one to remember. It does 50 damage. So yes, actually, we, could have just killed Diva entirely for free right now if we used Fire Strike. Because we just Fire Strike her, like, you know, move over, Fire Strike both of them, just Fire Strike her, whatever, if we really want to get going, right? You know? Fire Strike plus Earth Shatter does 150 damage, so it just kills Baby Diva. And she gets back in her mech, so that's really bad. You know, you want to really, like, when you get the fat Earth Shatter, you gotta really quickly, like, process who you hit exactly, and then, plan out the targets. I don't really like pinning squishy targets after landing the Earth Shatter, because while they're stunned, if you've got Fire Strike up, you killed the person just fine anyway. You don't need to pin a squishy target. What I prefer to do is, you know, if I hit like if I hit squishy people and a tank, I'll like kill as many squishy people as possible with the Fire Strike and just swinging into them, and then pin the tank, because that's maximizing damage, basically. You know, the tank we hit was Baby Diva, so sort of cuts out a step there. But we could have gotten Baby Diva on that one, and rather than not getting Baby Diva, because she managed to get back in her mech, which is pretty unfortunate, given that she was just a free kill right at the start. So now that I've relayed that point about 9,000 times, we'll resume watching the rest of the game. So we've managed to hold them off anyway. All good, whatever. Reaper span, killed a bunch of people, got play of the game. You know how it is. Could have swung at this lady. Gotten one swing in right here, because we see that he's hooked her pretty far in advance. Could have tried to get a swing in. Farah is looking to use Barrage right now. Mercy physically couldn't follow her wherever she just went. Because Farah must have just gone over a rooftop, because Mercy's looking up like, fuck, come back. So, Farah's definitely planning to use Barrage right now somewhere. Could have Fire Struck a little faster here to try and get this kill on Mercy, because right there, as soon as it makes contact, just go into the Fire Strike, and it would have actually killed her. She dropped low enough. And I do mean, like, now, Fire Strike wouldn't be that difficult to hit her right there, seeing as she's basically touching us, and that would have killed her, rather than her getting away in the Valkyrie. And yep, here comes the Barrage that I was predicting a minute ago. The way Farah moved and the way Mercy reacted to Farah's movement, there was no way she wasn't planning to use Barrage in the near future, because Farah just wouldn't have done that if she didn't have Barrage. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Our team's still fighting over there. It's not like we're losing the fight. I mean, we are losing the fight, but we haven't lost the fight yet. So, if we get back, don't get punished, don't have to learn all that. We're back. We got Earth Shatter. It looks like it's just Anna right now. Anna's dead. Mercy decides she isn't even going to try and do it. All good. We see play the game? We see play the game. Has to be Reaper. There's no way it's not Reaper, right? Might have been Farah. I think it's Reaper, though. I think Reaper got more kills. Yeah, it had to be Reaper. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Oh, got him. Got him. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, so, We've literally put second account in our name, I've just noticed. Thing that stood out the most, I can't really think of, like, one really overarching thing that kept repeatedly standing out. Not killing the diva right at the end there, is, like, the one part of the game that really stands out to me, just like the baby diva there, just, like, totally 3, but we elected to just pin Sombra instead, which, you know, not as good, not as good. I sympathize with the desire to pin Sombra up against a wall, no doubt, but not the best use of company resources it could have been. So that's like the one moment that stood out to me the most, but I can't think of like one recurring issue that kept standing out. I guess like positioning, maybe, if we want to be completely bland and non-committal about it. Yeah, there you go. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you, man. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. EST to 10, 11-ish p.m. EST. Come hi, have a good time, shitpost, play some games. And if you managed to make it all this way through and somehow enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.